it's easier than trying to share it.
Yeah.
Because it takes forever. So your fridge is on. Microwave, self-explanatory. You can, if you want it ducted, open it if you want it central and ducted, and then that ducts it through here. So I usually do like half. It'll cool it down nice and good. This is your on-demand water heater.
Okay.
So what it's going to do is whenever you turn hot water on, it's going to kick on.
Okay.
So you don't have to do anything. You have to turn it on and
How
off.
do you turn it on and off?
It's on right here is on and off.
So it's hot water right away.
Yep.
Okay.
It takes like 2 or 3 seconds. This is your AC. Make sure it's still on auto. Hit mode for furnace, mode for off. And it's on auto because if you run the furnace and it's on low or high, it'll kick your rooftop unit on as well, which is going to defeat the purpose of turning the furnace on. And then you can adjust it accordingly. Same thing with the air.
Okay. And so at night it will have heater. It's gonna get cold.
You just have to turn the furnace on.
Ah.
So if it's cooled off, you want to turn it off or turn the furnace on, and then you can adjust the temperature to whatever you want. And it stays pretty nice in here. And they're fresh tanks on it. So you shouldn't have any issue there. And you can give me a call.
Okay.
And I always tell, you have campers all around you too, and most campers are kind of like family and helpful. I don't know how many times I've personally camping and I'm helping out other people.
Do the TVs work?
Yep, there's a remote right there.
Wow.
If you get Wi-Fi and all that, it's a Roku TV.
Okay.
They're all Roku, so it has all the apps on it. Here, if you want to hold that.
Yeah.
So, this is just a light. And all you're going to do is that. This is your clicker, this is your gas.
Ah.
And then you adjust accordingly.
Okay.
And that's it. Same for each one.
Makes sense.
Sometimes it takes a second. You can see the igniter.
Yep.
So, they can be finicky.
Okay.
The refrigerator's on. Just make sure it stays, in that position.
Okay. Perfect.
Obviously, you turn all the way to the left, it's off. And then we can go over to this.
Okay.
So your water pump's on. You don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay.
This is your awning light for the under the awning here.
Okay.
This is your light inside here, I believe. Sorry, I'm
That's
dirty
okay.
from work, so. And then that's your interior lights.
Okay.
And then your awning, which right now is okay, but you still could get a 30-mile-an-hour gust of wind.
So just be mindful.
Don't ever leave this trailer with the awning out.
Okay.
So all you do is push it out like this.
Oh, nice.
And it's a huge awning, so it collects. Yeah, it's wet. I power washed it. You see, you power wash it, you still get crap in it. It's frustrating. So it goes out pretty far.
Nice.
So yeah, like right now, but if I always say err on the side of caution, period.
Okay.
If you leave for any reason, it's
Put it in. Okay.
If you go to bed, put it in. No, unless you're physically out here with the awning.
Okay.
Because this is an exit. This is a. Seeing it even makes me a little nervous. So, even something to do too. To help is retract it a little bit so it's not so wide.
Okay.
And that'll give you a little more, durability.
Okay.
So it doesn't blow around as much.
Got it.
So that's an idea for you too.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it.
And then water.
Yep, just turn
Works.
it on.
Okay.
So that's cold, and then this is hot.
Okay.
You hear the
Yeah. I don't
water
wanna
heater
waste
turning
it.
on?
Oh yeah. Okay.
You hear it? It's
Yep.
so that's good to go. That works.
Okay.
Luckily, I've never had. It's my only unit with an on-demand water heater, so
That's
I have
awesome.
a ton of experience with it.
And then,
And then
these.
Yep, this folds out. You have lights here.
Okay.
If a light doesn't turn on and the switch is on, click them.
Okay.
There's a little.
Got it. Okay. That's smart.
They're clickable. So this just comes out like this.
Oh, nice.
And then the bed's in the back.
Do the same thing.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
That folds out.
Okay.
That's almost like a queen size bed itself.
Oh.
That folds out towards you.
Okay.
And you can lay on that too.
Okay.
So, and then you can lift this bench up. There's a right here.
Yep. And then you put it in there.
Yep. Same on
Nice.
that side.
Okay.
So if you want it up, you know, if you're sitting and watching, well, I don't know. There's not a TV in this one, so.
But there's a TV in the bedroom, so that's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you can escape from the children. Just check everything.
Okay.
There's stuff everywhere.
Okay.
So you have this massive storage back here, and then you have all this here.
Perfect.
So you're welcome to use whatever.
And bathroom, they're able to use the bathroom, but just watch out for the showering,
Please
basically.
don't poop if you can help it.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Because the toilet paper and the poop will clog this thing up
Okay.
really quick. And you only have so much water.
Okay.
So you can use the shower, but I would guess you're only going to get 2 showers.
So I'll just tell them to use the regular room for
Most-
pooping and for showering.
Yeah, most people don't ever shower in campers.
Right.
To be honest with
It's
you.
too small.
It's probably only 5 or 10%.
Okay.
So, yeah, the GFI reset is right here. So if you wake up and you're coming here, hey, the outlets are not working. If that light is not green and on, the GFI trip.
Okay.
So if you have like a hair dryer or a crock pot, anything that draws a lot of amperage off these outlets, it's going to trip the GFI. So this is your reset.
Perfect.
See, it's tripped there,
Okay.
and then it's
Green
good
again.
to go. So that, like, your refrigerator outside will turn off because that's plugged by an outlet.
Okay.
So any outlet, it'll basically isn't working. Check. That's your first thing to check.
We have to kind
Okay.
of say, well, we don't quite have the
Everything gets
system to be
crooked
able to
in
do
here.
that right now, but we
And then we'll go to the outdoor kitchen.
Okay.
now we're talking about having the system. So based on that conversation, I'm thinking they'll be open to it. And then, at least in terms of like storing
So,
information, we're specifically
you have the
defining what
fridge.
Okay.
like,
Nice.
Which
I prompted for names, phone number.
Will it stay on the whole entire week? Okay, nice.
No, it's plugged in right there.
Okay.
So again, if your outlets aren't working, it's not going to work either
Good.
if the GFI is tripped.
In the same
Obviously,
data environment
water.
Nice.
And these are just dewinterized. This is the first time using the pump,
Okay.
so you may get a little pink water.
Okay.
'Cause you can't. It's impossible to get all of it out of the system until you run it for a while. So your stovetop here,
Nice.
which if it's not too windy, you should be able to use. And we're, oh, this is already connected. That's right. So this connects to right there,
Oh, nice.
like a quick connect.
Okay.
And then you just open that valve.
Okay.
And obviously it's all the way back here, so you might need to run it for a second to get,
Okay.
but you have to use a lighter to light it.
Got it.
And there are grill lighters in either out here or in the camper.
Got it.
So first aid kit, some band-aids, extra paper towel,
the contact. Okay.
um,
Based on whatever information.
and that's pretty much it here.
Okay.
Might have to use this video for
Future.
Everybody tells me to do walkthrough videos, and I never have. But the camera adds like 50 pounds, okay?
If we were to get all stakeholders on board, what would be a time horizon? to get
All
this
right.
Can't think of anything
running?
else.
Is that
Oh.
6 months? Is that 2 weeks? What will that?
I thought of it when I was out there.
When we were talking, when we were talking to
Was it
Microsoft,
something to do with?
I
Fresh.
would say it's the
So that's your water level.
Okay.
So that's how full your tanks are right now. That's not really accurate, and it's not like you're going to fill the toilet with 40 gallons of water.
Okay.
These are your grays. Those are pretty accurate.
What does gray mean?
So gray is everything but the toilet.
Okay.
So your outdoor kitchen has its own dump,
after that we'd have
has its own gray water tank. This sink and the other sinks have another gray water tank.
Okay.
So if you see that getting close, or if water starts, it'll actually come up through the tub if you have too much. And then you're fresh, obviously, once you're down to a third. Once you run out of water, the pump may just continually cycle. If you get to that point, turn the water pump off.
Okay.
Because it's going to burn it up if it just, because it won't stop running. It's on demand. So,
Okay.
and that was it. Keys right here.
Okay.
And then give me a shout if you need anything. I'm off of work till next Monday.
Okay.
Lenny's dad,
get it out there.
he's,
So if you do that,
Shut it off.
yep.
more questions.
I'll upload